Welcome to everyone. I am Mrs. K. Kritika, Assistant Professor, Department of Biomedical Engineering, Hindustan College of Engineering and Technology. In this video, I am going to discuss about object-oriented programming using Python. In this, I am detailedly explained about inheritance concept. So, in this video, we covered introduction to object-oriented programming in Python, and second, we covered difference between the object and procedural-oriented programming language, and third, I am going to discuss about what is class and what is object, and finally, I am going to discuss about the methodologies within the object-oriented programming language. The methodologies are inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation and abstractions. In this, I am going to concentrate on inheritance. Introduction to object-oriented programming in Python. Object-oriented programming is a way of computer programming using the idea of objects to represent data and methods. It is also an approach used for creating neat and reusable code instead of written and one. Difference between object-oriented and procedural-oriented programming language. Object-oriented programming language or bottom-up approach. In case procedural-oriented programming languages or top-down approach. Programs are divided into objects. But in case of procedural-oriented programming language, the programs are divided into the functions. Object-oriented programming languages are having the access modifiers, public, private and protected. But in case of procedural-oriented programming language, there is doesn't having the access modifiers. So, whenever the access modifiers are used in object-oriented programming language, it is more secure instead of procedural-oriented programming languages are less secure. In object-oriented programming language, the object can move freely within the member functions. In procedural-oriented programming language, data can move freely from one functions to other functions within the programs. Object-oriented programming language that supports inheritance. But in case of procedural-oriented programming language, that does not support inheritance. Next, what are classes and objects? A class is a collection of objects, or you can say it is a blueprint of objects, defining the common attributes and behavior. Now, the question arises, how do you create that? The class is defined under the keyword of class. In this example, you can see that class name, open parenthesis and close parenthesis within the semicolon. In this way, we can create class. Creating object class in Python. The example is class is a keyword, employee is a class name. After that, I creating the initialize functions, def, initialize, self, name, age, ID and salary. Self is an instance of class. Class name equal to name, self, class name, employee, self dot name equal to name, age, salary and ID. These are my members. I created the object as employee1 equal to my class name, that is employee. Inside that, I passing the values to the classes. Harshit 2022, age and ID is 1000 and salary is 1234. So these are, in this way, I have to create the object. Object name equal to class name. Inside that, values to the parameters. I created the second object employee2, that is em2 equal to employee is my class name, with open parenthesis. Inside that, I am passing the value to the class. Now I printed the employee1 in dictionary manner. So this is the way of creating the object and a class in Python. So first, the class is in class keyword. After the spacing, I am giving the class name. After that, I am creating the self instance of class. Inside that, I am creating the members of the class. After that, I am creating the object employee1 equal to employee. Inside that, I am passing the values to the functions. Object-oriented programming methodologies. Inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation and abstractions. These are the methodologies associated with the object-oriented programming. Inheritance. We know that in relatives we can say that you look like exactly like your father and mother. The reason behind this is called inheritance. From the programming aspects, it generally means inheritance or transfer of characteristics from parent to child class without any modifications. The new class is called derivate or child class. One from which is derivate, we can call it as parents class. So we having the parent class. In parent class, it will be derived as a child class. So these are the different types of inheritance. First one, single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance and multiple inheritance. Single inheritance. Single inheritance enables the derived class to inherit the characteristics from the single parent class. In this example, we can see that class is a parent class. Inside that, I am having the attribute name, age and salary. After that, I am creating the child class. Class is a keyword for creating the class. Child employee is a child class. Inside that, I am passing the parent class name, that is employee1. In this way, we can inherit the properties of parent class to the child class. Second is a multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance that enables a derived class to inherit the properties from immediate parent class, which is turned into the inheritance properties from the parent class. So in this we can see that the super class, first child class and second child class. For example, in this example you can see that class is a keyword. I am creating the super class, super parent class and the employee. In this I am having the properties like a name, age and salary. Second, I am created the first child class name as child employee1. In child employee1, I am passing the super class, that is employee. And third, I am creating the second child class child employee2. Inside that, I am passing the child employee1. That is immediate inheritance class. You can see that employee is a super class, child employee1 is an first child class. Inside the child employee1, I am passing the super class. In child employee2, I am passing the first child class. So this is the way of inherit the multi-level inheritance. So multi-level inheritance enables the derived class to inherit the properties from immediate parent class, which inherits properties from his parent class. Hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical level inheritance enables more than one derived class inherit the properties from the parent class. First, I created the class is a keyword, employee is a class name. Inside that, I am defining my attributes like name, age and salary. After that, I am creating the child employee1 and child employee1. So, the main parent class is employee. The parent class of employee is divided into child employee1 and child employee2. So, inside the child employee1, I possess the super class of employee. Second, child employee2, I possess the super class of employee. There is no need of passing the employee1 to the employee2. Okay, so you can differentiate with the multi-level inheritance and hierarchical inheritance. In multi-level inheritance, we can possess the employee1 and child employee2. Okay, but in case of hierarchical inheritance, in all the cases you have to possess the employee. The parent class should be passed in every child class. But in case of multi-level inheritance, the immediate parent should be passed into the new derived child class. And multiple inheritance. Multiple level inheritance that enables one derived class to inherit the properties from more than one base class. The parent class of employee 1 and I created the parent class of employee 2. In child employee, the child employee has two parent class, employee 1 and employee 2. It can use the properties of both employee 1 and employee 2. So this is the different types of inheritance. First one is single inheritance. You can easily know that you notice that class A that will be derived from class B. And multi-level inheritance, class A that will be derived from the class B. Class B should be derived from the class C. And third one is hierarchical inheritance. Class A should be derived into two types, class B and class C. So in class B and class C we have to pass class A. And multiple inheritance, we having the two parent class. That two parent class should be passed into the child class. So this is the main difference between the inheritance. Hope you understood the concept about the inheritance. Thank you.